Okay, let's start in butterfly today. So, soles of your feet together, tip your pelvis forward, and let's just round over your legs. Let your head hang. As you exhale, relaxing into your mat. And as you breathe here, maybe noticing your lower back start to release a little bit. And let's slowly stack the spine, sitting up straight. And from here, let's bring the knees together. And now as a counter to this, let's bring the feet wide apart. Let your knees fall in towards the center. And you can lie down on your back. And just let your hips fall into this counter motion from the butterfly we just did. So slowly, let's bring the knees apart, hug your knees in, and rock on your spine back to sitting upright. From here, we're going to do forward fold, so legs out in front. You can just keep your legs relaxed and fold over your legs. So this time, just similar stretch in the back as the butterfly, but now we're stretching the back of the legs more than the hips. And as you inhale, trying to expand your all the way around, so expanding out to the side and out to the back as well as down into your abdomen. Maybe you start to notice your chest coming closer down towards your legs. And then you can use your hands to slowly stack your spine again. And as a counter to this pose, we're going to come into our sphinx. So elbows under shoulders. And plant your palms, bring your chest forward. And feel this nice back bend to counter your forward bend. Make sure shoulders are coming back and down. And then let's push back onto all fours. And do some cat-cow here. So Inhale, lift your head, drop your belly, exhale, round your back, look towards your belly button. Keep moving with your breath, inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. Go through one more round, and after your next cat, let's come to neutral spine. And then start going side to side. And then let's do the full circle. So start dropping your belly, lift your head, and then go to the side and around your back and go to the other side and continue in this circular motion. Feeling this motion in your whole spine. And let's switch directions. All right, and then stopping in the middle, let's lift the right arm. And bring your right arm under and through, thread the needle. Let's keep the left palm on the floor and press into the floor as you reach that right arm through. So a little bit of pressing into your left palm is going to intensify the twist in this stretch. Continue your steady breath. And then let's reach the right arm back up. Right hand down and the left arm up. Thread the left arm under the right. So keep the right palm on the floor, press into the floor a little bit. Reach with your left fingers. And feel that nice twist in your spine. And let's press into the right hand. Lift your left arm and left hand back to the mat. Now step your right foot forward. 90-degree angles with your legs. Let's lift up the arms, lift up through out of your waist. See if you can bring your palms together. Squeeze your glutes so that your hips are nice and square and solid. And let's drop the head back. See if you can bring your arms back into a back bend. Keep lifting up out of your waist. So there's no crunching in the lower back. Think about really bending in the upper spine. And then coming back to stacked spine, arms down. Let's twist to the right. The left hand to the outside of the right knee. Look behind you. Placing your right hand on your blanking on the name, lower back. And turn to face the front. Let's put hands on either side of the front foot, step back into plank. And from here, we're going to be rippling back into down dog. So lift the hips and come back into down dog, pressing into the floor, pressing the floor away. Really lifting up through your hips and reaching down through your heels. And then we're going to make a wave coming forward back into plank. So lifting up through the shoulders and then settling back down into plank. So take an inhale and exhale, wave back into down dog. And then inhale, wave forward into plank. And continue with your own breath, at the pace of your own breath, a few more times. All right, last one. When you end up back in plank, let's bring the knees down and we'll step the left foot forward. 90-degree angles with your legs, arms up, palms together. Let's squeeze the glutes to keep your hips nice and stable. And then lift up out of your waist, arms back, head back. A little back bend here. And spine straight, arms down. Let's twist to the left. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Look behind you. Left hand to your sacrum. Untwist, face the front, plant your palms, step back into plank. And let's do this flow one more time. So take a breath to start. And exhale back into down dog. And then waving forward, inhale into plank and continue a few more of these. One more round. And let's bring the knees down. Keep your toes tucked under and let's sit back on the heels. Let's interlace the fingers behind your back. Bringing the shoulders back and down. See if you can lift your fist up, away from your hips. Creating some stretching in the front of the shoulders. And release your arms. Let's come forward back into a sphinx position. But this time we're going to be stretching the quads. So reach back, grab your right foot, pull your foot in. If you'd like, you can rest your hand on your forehead on your hand. Think about pressing your hip into the floor as you pull your right foot into your glute. And release the right foot. Let's reach back, grab the left foot, pull that in. You can rest your head on your arm if you'd like. And again, think about pressing your left hip down into the mat as you pull your left foot in. And release the left foot. Let's press back. Again, curling the toes under. Let's sit back on the heels. Interlace your fingers the other way, so maybe the stranger feeling way. Shoulders down and back. See if you can lift your fist away from you. And release your arms. So again, coming forward into your sphinx position. This time we're going to reach back and grab both feet for our bow pose. So grab the feet right below your toes on the pinky side, grabbing from the outside of the feet. And trying to keep your knees hip width apart. Don't let them go any wider than that. Let's lift knees, feet, head off the floor, coming into a back bend here, using your back strength. Kick your feet back into your hands. Stretch the front of your neck. And release. Bring your arms by your sides. Bring your right ear to your mat. Resting here for a couple breaths. Let's do it again. So bring your chin out forward, grab your feet from the outside, just below your toes. Knees in. And lift. Look up, lift your knees. Kick your feet back into your hands. Feel this stretching, opening up of your chest area. Like lifting your chin to stretch the front of your neck. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. And slowly come back down. Bring your left ear on the mat this time. Arms by your sides. Right from here, place your palms on the floor to push up onto the knees. And then let's curl the toes under and push back into downward dog. This time, lift your right foot, reach back with your toes. Bend your right knee, open your hips out to the side. Feel that nice stretch in the hips. And then from here, we're going to flow into a side plank, split leg side plank. So bring that right knee down and through. Reaching your left arm to the ceiling, lift your hips. And let's come back into three-legged dog. And one more time, down and through side plank. Back to three-legged dog. One more time, side plank, right leg under and through. Back to three-legged dog. And right foot down. Great, let's come up, way up on the toes, look forward, bend your knees, hop or step to the front of your mat. Feet hip width apart, knees bent. Let's dangle here. You can grab your elbows if you'd like. And then release your elbows, bring your feet apart, sit down into a squat. Palms together, push your knees away from each other with your elbows. And then stepping back into plank. And back to downward dog. We're going to do the other side now. Lift your left leg, reach back with your toes. Bend your left knee, open your hips out to the side. Squeeze your left heel in, lift your knee. And from here, we're going to come to that split-legged side plank. So left leg under and through. Reach your right arm to the ceiling. Lift your hips. And then back to three-legged dog. Back to our side plank. Three-legged dog. One more time, left leg under and through, reach your right arm up. Back to three-legged dog. Left foot down. Let's come all the way up on the toes, bend your knees, hop or jump to the front of your mat. Feet hip width apart, and dangle. Option here to interlace your fingers behind your back and let your arms fall overhead towards the floor. Release your arms, let's widen the feet, sit down into our squat. Thinking about letting the lower back soften and release towards the floor. And now we're going to come to standing, so just bring the feet together, toes touching, little space between the heels. And let's round up, arms coming out and up towards the ceiling, reach. And then palms together at the center of your chest. So let's try some tree pose here. So you're gonna, first option is to just have your right foot on the inside of your calf. Second option is if you can get your foot to stay up here, up on the inside of the thigh, or you can take your foot, put it in your hip crease, and let your right knee come down towards the floor. You might need to hold on to your foot if you do that. So find your balance here. You want to feel the weight spread all over your foot. Want your standing legs strong and engaged. Eyes focused one point to help with balance. And then you can choose any arm position you would like. Reach your spine to the ceiling, so reaching through the back of the top of your head as you plant down into your foot. And release, feet together, palms at your center of your chest. Let's try the other side. So you have these three options: foot on the inside of the calf, the thigh, or up in your hip crease. So feel the weight all over your foot as you press the whole bottom of your foot down, and then reach through the top of the back of your head, lengthening your spine as much as possible. Find your balance here, and then add any arm position you would like. And release, feet down, palms together at the center of your chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step back into plank. And then knees down. We'll do nice deep back bend and a deep forward bend now with camel and rabbit. So stand up on your knees, hip width apart between your knees and your feet. Place your hands on the back of your hips. Fingers, little pinkies inside, thumbs outside, and squeeze your elbows together. Shoulders down. Now inhale to lengthen your spine, and then bring your head back, lift your chest, maybe start coming all the way back. If you can see the wall behind you, then maybe you want to grab your heels, fingers inside, thumbs outside. Try to keep your hips forward, your chest lifting. If you're grabbing your heels, bring your hands back to your lower back, slowly lift back out the way you came down, and then let's sit down on the heels. So for rabbit pose, you're going to be grabbing your heels, but you'll start by lengthening your spine, tucking your chin in, and rounding forward as tightly as you can. See if you can touch your forehead to your knees and the top of your head to the floor, and then lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep a firm grip on your heels, so you're creating some traction here for your spine. Think about as you exhale, lifting your belly up towards the ceiling to create even more rounding in your lower back. And slowly round back up. All right, let's swing the legs forward onto your back. Keep your legs bent up, soles of your feet on the floor. See if your fingertips can just touch your heels. Feet are hip width apart. And then let's lift your hips. So again, if you'd like, you can interlace your fingers behind your back, shoulders back and down as you lift your hips. Reach your tailbone forward, press into your feet. And then release your hands slowly, bring your hips back to the floor. And let's immediately come into plow. So bringing your legs up and over, feet touch down behind you on the floor. If you'd like, you can support your back with your hands. Option to bring your knees on either side of your head. And let's slowly unwind back to the mat. So again, let's hug the knees in. Just do a simple twist here. Knees fall over to the left. That right shoulder stays on the floor, right arm comes out to the right. And if it's comfortable, you can twist your head to the right as well. All right, bring your knees back to center. So the knees drop over to the right. Left arm out to the side. Twist your head to the left if that's comfortable for your neck. One more breath. And then bring knees back to center. Hug knees in, bring your forehead to your knees. Realign your spine, and then legs out long for our Savasana. If you'd like, you can open up your arms and legs. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath. Pick one thing for your mind to focus on here, help you stay present. If your mind is wandering, come back to your body. Maybe you're focusing on how the air feels in your nose as you breathe in and out. Now start to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. If you'd like, bring your arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then either turn onto your side and push up from there or roll on your spine back to seated.